Welcome to the Kassam Stadium, where Oxford United have picked up fewer points on their own patch after 8 games than at any time in the last quarter of a century. A night that begins with them starting in the relegation zone, but with the opportunity to nudge up to 19th if they can beat an Ipswich Town side who are showing signs of it all starting to come together in their push to make an instant return to the Premier League. It's 6 games unbeaten now for Kieran McKenna's side, their longest unbeaten run so far this season, and they've won their last 3 on the road, and in doing so scored 10 goals in the process. Egley just trying to sort his feet out, just shifts it left. Davis back to Egley, one touch and then fires towards goal, just the wrong side of the post. Ipswich looking dangerous.
Well, it doesn't miss by much, but I think he has to get the shot away earlier here. Just roll across your body and slide it right-footed there. Opted to kid Kieran Brown, but there's not much to go at there at the near post. I've seen enough already to suggest that Oxford aren't just going to sit in tonight.
Vokes happy to send it long, give Harris something to chase. He collides with O'Shea, and referee Matthew Donoghue is just going to allow the game to go on.
That's where Harris has got to do his best work tonight, just try and get the team up the pitch, and he's fortunate, isn't he? Has a look, takes him out and almost comes off worse with the shoulder barge, but I think he's got a case there, Harris.
Ipswich controlling the tempo of the game so far as it's threaded in fields by Nunez. Matasiwa, and again Philogene finds himself in plenty of room, able to get up to pace, able to find Davis. Can he pick somebody out? Egley's header! Touched away by Jamie Cumming, was it? Or did it strike the outside of the post? Either way, Ipswich close to an opener once again.
I think difficult to score from there, especially trying to squeeze it in at the near post. May have been better aided going back into the 6-yard box. Nunez well positioned, comes to nothing, but another warning shot.
Loose from Matasiwa, Harris with the chance, follows it up, and Oxford lead! Finally a goal for Harris, his first of the season. It was a gift given to him, but he was there at the second time of trying to bury it and put Gary Rowett's team in front. A moment to forget for Matasiwa. Oxford won't care, they lead by 1-0.
And you can see the relief on Harris's face, and they were always going to get opportunities in this fashion tonight. If they were brave and they went and closed, which they do here, but he reacts so well here to steer it, just compose himself, left-footed, and guides it into the unguarded net. Really composed finish, the second time of asking.
Well, they haven't been able to capitalise on promising situations as much as they would have wished so far this season, Oxford. They've dropped 10 points from winning positions. Ipswich yet to come back and win a game, though, as well, when they've conceded the opening goal. But plenty of time for them to work with here this evening as we cross the half-hour mark. In comes across Hurst with the flick. And I tell you what, he wasn't too far away. Jamie Cumming mightily relieved as he looked over his left shoulder to see this one drop wide.
Well, it's an outstanding effort, almost off the right shin, isn't it? But very close to guiding it into the far post. It would have been something quite special.
Given away once again to Kirschmacher. Read the situation well. Harris and the Oxford fans who wanted to hear a half-time whistle a few moments ago now want the game to go on. Effort fired in, and on the follow-up just couldn't find the touch there. Krastev spilled away from Walton. Chance there late in the half to double their lead. Oxford know that they will be tested in this second period. Second halves have been difficult for them. Just 5 goals scored after half-time in the Championship this season. It is the lowest of any side. And Ipswich come on so strong after the restart. Here's Furlong, Egley. Furlong again, his cross deflected behind for an Ipswich corner. So we're in the playbook to Ipswich turn 2 here. Out swinging corner, Leif Davis is there to meet it. It's a brilliant finish. And Ipswich get themselves back level so soon after half-time. A set piece executed to perfection.
When you've got someone who can execute a delivery as well as Nunes can, he picks out Davis, who's completely unopposed, and then it's all about concentration. Look at the gap that he guides it into, in between Oxford United bodies. It's a superb finish, it's a lovely ball in, but how he finds that space.
Philogene going for goal, and it's skipped up awkwardly in front of Jamie Cumming, who was able to just flick it wide of the post. Ipswich stepping on the gas here in the second half. 47 goal involvements now for Leif Davis in 140 games since coming to Ipswich Town. Incredible numbers from the fullback, who signed that new contract with the club just last week that will run until 2029. Taylor fizzes one forwards. Hurst looking to bring it down. He does just that, but Cumming keeps his effort out. Caught that full Jamie Cumming, and he's in a bit of pain inside his 6-yard box right now.
Yeah, and I think there's probably a temptation in this Ipswich side to come towards the ball as the centre forward and try and link it, but he's running behind really positively tonight. Excellent movement. It was a lovely touch from Hurst.
Folks sends it in once again, and it might just break here. Walton called into action. A long throw causing chaos. And Oxford, though, having to settle for a corner.
Lancashire on the swivel, just reacts quicker to the ball.
Never have Ipswich won here in the league. 12 times they've travelled to Oxford. They've not been able to do it. Now a chance to strike. First time it had Walton worried. Tyler Goodrum acting quickly there as that ball broke his way.
Really clever attempt.
Taylor flights it into the penalty area. Ipswich come on strong in the final 15 minutes of games. 8 goals they've scored, but Poaheta is away here. Przemysław Poaheta! Oxford lead once again. And it might just be a goal which drags them out of the bottom 3. Ipswich caught sleeping. Poaheta pouncing. Oxford 2, Ipswich 1.
Makirs Mako, who's been quiet across the piece tonight, finds his range. Look at that touch off the left side, steadies himself. Little bit of disguise on the finish, and Oxford United had their nose in front.
Familiar feeling coming to Oxford once again for Ipswich Town. It is a remarkable record. And for Oxford United, they feel that they are on the verge of a big, big win here. Ipswich have won a couple of times against Oxford away from home in cup competition. Should stress that point, as Oxford go in search of a third, which maybe would wrap up the 3 points for them. Romani's effort! Oh, he wasn't far away. Caught it so sweetly, but it was just a whisker off target. Shea brings it down. Hearing there will be plenty of time bolted on at the end of the 90. 5 more minutes. Chance to cross it. Low ball in, and Cumming with a fantastic reaction save. It'll break to Nunes. Body's in the way. Now Clark weaving his way through. Can he get an effort at goal? Ball takes a significant deflection to take the sting out of it. Evan Athon with the effort, which was so brilliantly kept out by Cumming.
The outstanding save. It looks like Athon is poised there.
Great noise around the Kassam Stadium. Much frustration opposite us amongst those Ipswich supporters. The unbeaten run is surely coming to an end. Huge victory for Oxford United and for Gary Rowett as his side scrap their way out of the bottom three. They had to dig in at times. Kieran McKenna's side started the second half so brightly, but after 3 straight wins on the road, yet again, Ipswich Town come to Oxford and they leave with nothing. 13 times they've come here in the league, they've never won. They can enjoy the weekend. Oxford United out of the bottom 3 as they take the scalp of Ipswich Town here this evening. Final score, Oxford United 2, Ipswich Town 1.